Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry I haven't done a video in a little while. I've actually been moving into my new house, so been a little bit busy, not had a workspace set up. But now I have my own room, my own little recording area, my own little work area, so very happy with that. Gonna do a quick video today, guys, on faces. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do two videos. I'm going to do a a video on how we would paint faces with an airbrush. Well, how I do it with an airbrush, and then also how to do it with a normal, ordinary brush, so that you obviously, if you haven't got an airbrush, know how to do it. Now, in both of the videos, I'm going to be using the same paints. In the same order, basically, just different ways to apply them. So the paints I'm going to be using today, I've got just here. So we've got Bugman's Glow, which is the base layer, obviously, base paint there. Cadian Flesh Tone, Kislev Flesh, and Rakeland Flesh Shade. So they're going to be going in a bit of an order. So I use it Bugman's, wash it with Rakeland, go back to Bugman's, then Cadian, then Kislev to highlight. So I'll show you how I do it. As I say, I'm starting with the airbrush, and then we'll go on to the brush. Now, obviously, one thing I would say as well, if you are using airbrush, make sure you get yourself some latex gloves, because it just makes a mess. Right. I'm going to start this off, guys. I'll do a sort of an overlay of what I'm doing, but obviously the airbrush is a little bit noisy on the compressor, so we'll mute it and I'll do an overlay. So I'll speak to you at the end of the video and see how you got on. Okay, so basically what I've done here is just taken all the heads on the sprue, sprayed them with a Chaos Black base spray, just Citadel. Now obviously going in with the Bugman's Glow, I've loaded the airbrush up with that. I have watered it down with the Vallejo thinner. Obviously there, got my latex glove on as well. Normally just wear the one on the hand that I'm spraying towards. Just means that when I get to work, they're not asking me, why have you got nail polish on when I don't? So you see here, just spraying away, giving a nice coat on here. Now, with an airbrush, obviously, your paint's going to be nice and thin. It's better to do a couple of thin coats on this rather than just one thick, heavy coat. Generally, where this is a base layer though, I'll just go in with one coat. As long as it's a flesh tone, I don't mind if I can see a little bit of the black through, because it actually works as a little bit of shading. So just get this done now. You see there, just making sure I've got all of the sort of sides of the face done. And there you go, you see that. Good thing with the airbrush as well, with the Vallejo thinner, the paint does dry very quickly. So that's that stage done. Now we move on to the next stage, guys. So you see here all my faces, all dry with the base coat of Bugman's Glow. And next stage will be Rakeland Flesh Shade, however you guys say it. Everyone seems to say the name different. Now, as with all washes, don't need to dilute this. Just go in, nice thick brush, nice thick layer of this all over the faces, covering the whole sort of flesh area of the head. Now, obviously in this video, I am only doing the flesh side of the head. I'm not covering how to do the hair and specific details. I will do the teeth and the eyes just so that you can see the main aspects of the face, but not the hair, okay? I'll probably do another video in a little bit of time on how I did the hair on these. And I also will be doing a video on how to paint these faces purely with a brush rather than an airbrush, just for the guys that don't own the airbrush. Some people don't. Some people find that they prefer to use a standard brush. I use a mixture of both. It works different things, benefits different things. Okay, so you see there, got a nice thick coat of that wash on there. Really brings down a dark tone and really sort of pronounces the details on those faces. Okay, so here you see that wash is nice and dry on there now. You can see that it does sort of tone back a bit once it's dry, rather than as dark as you saw it when it was wet. Now I'm basically going to go back over this with my airbrush with the Bugman's Glow again. Now what we do here is only fire down from the top of the heads. This is to basically catch from the top of the head where the light will be hitting. It leaves all those areas that would be shaded with that Raiklen flesh shade. Now you want to give quite a good sort of spray of this from all of the angles. Now this is purely the fact that on this one I'm firing as if the light was coming down on the heads. You've got to imagine this however your light source would be affecting these heads. So if you want the light coming in from the side, you spray from the side. For me, I always shoot down from the top, because then these guys are going to look good from whatever angle. They don't have to be next to something that is generating light metaphorically, you know. So you see here, just going over, just doing this coat, and it kind of brings back and sort of shades in and mixes that Raiklen flesh shade with the Bugman's and pulls it all back together. So next stage on these will be Cadian flesh tone. Again, water this down nicely. You can either use water, Vallejo thinner, different paint thinners. Some people even use window cleaner, a clear window cleaner. Personally, I use the Vallejo thinner, best one I've found so far. But again, it's all opinions. So with this, the Cadian flesh tone, same deal as the last coat of the Bugman's. Nice and watered down, very light coats, shooting from above the head where the light will be coming from. Now sometimes you do need to go in at a slight angle around the sides, just so that you catch the sides of the head that you might not catch when you've got all these heads lined up from above. That's it, you see there, all pulled in. You'll start seeing the difference in the tones now. Next stage here is the Kislev flesh. This is a very sort of cross between skin and bone colour. It's very bright, very light colour. In the pot you kind of look at it and go, oh, that's not a great flesh tone. However, once it's layered with a thin layer on top of things like Cadian and Bugman's, really brings out some nice shading, some nice highlighting. So again, thin coat, fire it down from above. This really brings out all those details like the brows, the nose, the sort of lips, the chin, the cheekbones, really defines those aspects of the face. This is where you will start seeing the real nice definition of those details on the faces, even more so when this layer dries. And that's pretty much all the airbrushing that you need to actually do on the face. Doesn't take long. Line all your heads up and you can do this bulk. So that's the skin done, guys. All done with the airbrush there. The next couple of steps obviously will be done with the brush. We're looking at the teeth and the teeth and the eyes for these guys. So basically a couple of colours I use for these. Teeth, we're going to use the Citadel Screaming Skull. Eyes obviously are White Scar, and the pupils of the eyes, a lot of people go straight in with black. Black's too harsh. What I actually use is Eshin Grey, which is a dark grey. Just makes it a lot more realistic in terms of the sort of the colour, rather than a real stark contrast between the white and the black. So I'll do the teeth first of all, guys. Just pop the lid off that. A bit tight, there we go. Now I have watered this down in the pot already, so a little bit on your brush there. Now normally I'll go in with a few layers on this rather than doing it all in one layer of thicker paint, because you'll end up making a mistake, and thinner obviously you can clear up easier. So you'll see there, just nice and gentle around the edges of the mouth. Good thing about these heads, Space Wolves, quite prominent teeth on these, so they are quite easy to do the teeth on these. There we go, teeth done on that guy there. And then we'll do some eyes on him. Okay. Has that gone out of focus a little bit there for you? Sorry about that, let's get that back. This guy here with the ponytail. There we go. So with the eyes, you want to almost not even sort of touch the actual eyeball, and just really sort of gently stroke over, and obviously let it pick itself up. Sorry, just going to have to rotate that a little bit. Good thing with the eyes as well, obviously, is you've got your skin colours that you can go over the top when needed, and tidy up around the edges of the eyes. So, going to do some pupils now with the Eshin Grey. There we go, that's the pupils done. Now I'm just going to do a tiny bit of tidy up there around the eyes. Now you want to go with your tidy up, because you've obviously airbrushed, your paints aren't going to match exactly the same colours as what you've got on your faces. So just come out a little bit on that one, and I'll do a quick tidy up on his eyes. But this is where we are at the moment with this one. If I can get that to focus for you, sorry about this. There we go, guy with the ponytail in the middle there. So we'll just tidy up a little bit on that one. So yeah, if you use something like Cadian, which is halfway along the tones that you've put on his face, you'll find that that ties in quite well with the area. Right, and that's about done on that one, guys. So just about to show you all a picture of what the finished product looks like. There you go. That's how it is. Nice shading, real defined, easy sort of tones, not harsh, not cartoony. Looks really nice and realistic, really good colours. Obviously, once you've got the hair done on those, they'll look fantastic. The teeth and the eyes bring them out really well. So it's just a case of going in with your different colours on the hairs, what you think will sort of accentuate the colours of the skin. My Space Wolves, I normally use browns, greys, and like a gingery orange. Some reason I think it's quite a Viking thing, the whole ginger, and Space Wolves after all are Space Vikings. So hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Comment below, put in how you do it, ask any questions. Always up for some feedback, guys. Hope you liked it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Look us up on Facebook, guys. Take care. Bye.